Excess of authority, 1805. An overreach of jurisdiction or mandate, especially an arbitrator's act that exceeds the limits of power vested in that position. The arbitrator's authority comes from the parties' arbitration agreement, subject to any mandatory limitations imposed by applicable law. Excess of authority is a ground for vacating an arbitration award under the Federal Arbitration Act and under state arbitration acts. Although the terminology is somewhat different, excess of authority is also a ground for denying recognition and enforcement of an award under the New York Convention. Excess of jurisdiction, a court's acting beyond the limits of its powers, usually in one of three ways. One, when the court has no power to deal with the kind of matter at issue. When the court has no power to deal with the particular person concerned. Three, when the judgment or order issued is of a kind that the court has no power to issue. Number two, a court's departure from recognized and established requirements of law despite apparent adherence to procedural form, the effect of which is a deprivation of one's constitutional right. Also termed excess jurisdiction. Excess of privilege, 1889, an excessive publication of a privileged statement that is beyond the limits of the privilege, the improper and malicious use of the privilege to publish a statement. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you SURF. It's basically what we are, unless you're a Mason. If you're not a Mason, you're basically a serf. It is a serf. That's what they think of us as. Okay, a person in a condition of feudal servitude, bound to labor at the will of a lord, of a lane. Serfs differed from slaves in that they were bound to the native soil rather than being absolute property of a master. As the categories became distinct, the more abject varieties of slavery disappeared, and in the 12th century, right around Magna Carta, the word villein became the general term for unfree peasants. Remember, we're just peasants or serfs. Serf did not become a legal term of art, and in so far as it remained in use, it did not connote a status lower than that of a villein. The merger was to the detriment of the villani, but it ensured that full slavery was not received as part of the common law. Okay. So that's my little skills for today, my little readings. Hope everyone has a great day. Miller, Madison, Quick, Quinn. Love you. Have a great day. Miss you. PresidentUniverse.com, Andrew Conway for President.com. The best president ever.